All right, looks like I'm live. I am live. Welcome to Life with Brock here at my workbench, aka the kitchen table, and I am going to have a pretty sweet review of an accessory for the new Marvel Legends things. I'm just going to wait until some of you hop in here. What's up, the Toy Thief? How's the video feed? Looking good? It's about as good as I can get the light. Wow. Bless you, wife. Okay, good. It's at 7:20. What's up, Sierra? Who else is up in here? Just the two of you that are saying. We're gonna wait until at least 10 hop in. It is a Saturday night. Late in the East Coast, somewhat late in the Midwest, and here in the West, Pacific Standard Time. It is, what is it? Oh my gosh, it's 9. So I don't know how many of you are gonna get in here. What's up, Side or Sid? What's it gonna be? Side or Sid? What's up, Christopher? You mean this? We're gonna talk about that in a second. Urivana, what's going on? Let me see if I can get all the stuff here. Let me see if I can get the light a little bit better. Okay, so we have 10, so I want to get going with this review. I don't plan on going very long. This is going to be a review and a tutorial. Review and tutorial. And the tutorial is going to be on how to make a cigar for your thing. Pretty easy to do, actually. I bought Thing online at Walgreens. I jumped on it before it sold out. All right, let me run down the chat real quick. Yodeling Pickle, what's going on, man? Iron Boy 440, what's going on? And here we go. Let's just get going. First things first, let's review this. This is going to be, in my opinion, the ML figure of the year, Marvel Legends figure of the year. I don't think there's going to be one that comes out better. It's been reviewed, so I'm not going to review the figure itself. But one of the things I've been saying, if you've been following my Instagram, I've been taking pictures of this coat. It's a flasher coat, by the way. Harker Customs makes it. And let me get to his Instagram real quick so I can show you in the event that you're interested in getting this coat. And I think it's a must. I think this figure needs this coat. I mean, look at how much character this awesome figure is given by adding this accessory. He also made that hat. It's a package deal. I just want to make sure that I'm giving you all the right info. So I'm going to pull up his Instagram as soon as I can find it on my iPad. And of course, when I go look for it, there it is. Let me pull up Harker Customs here real quick. By the way, the coat is $42 shipped here in the US, and if you're outside the US, it's an extra $5. $42. We're gonna review this, and I'm gonna tell you why this is worth that easily. If you guys have been following me for some time, you know I made some soft goods myself. It is not easy to do. It takes quite a while. And for the amount of detail this coat has, it's easy money, in my opinion. So let me bring up Harker Customs here on Instagram. That's where he does his business most. And let me just pan over here. So that's what his page looks like. And he does all sorts of soft goods. I think where he became popular or at least known and the most known for, is the Batman capes that he does. He primarily does 1/12 scale. So that's his page. Go check it out. Give him a follow. This guy is a pretty cool guy. He did provide that. Just want to let you know. He did send that to me pro bono. And but I'm going to give you an honest review. I wouldn't have even, to be honest, I wouldn't have. I'm not going to lie to you just because he sent this to me for free. I did pay for the shipping, but it looks awesome. Let me show you the Batman capes that it makes me want to just customize a Batman. Just to get one of these capes. Look at this thing, man. Just incredible. Also did this Mysterio. But anyways, let me get back to here and see if you guys are asking me any questions. All right, let me see what you guys are asking. Oh, here we go. He's a trained artist, so he's going to be a little bit more gifted on customs than I am. But let me show you this coat, man. It's wired right here. It's got wire running down the side, so it's posable. You can move it in and out. It's got a wire along the side. Let's keep turning it around so you can see the detail on here. Look at that. Looks like a real coat. I mean, it's amazing. There are some on eBay. I wouldn't go with the eBay ones. This coat in comparison, I mean, even it's got buttons on it. Look at that. How cool is that? It's got buttons. It's got this buckle, the belt with the holes in it. And look at the detail on this. It looks like a coat. Make it bigger and make it a 1/1 scale, and I'd wear this if I was wearing nothing underneath. But anyways, here's the thing. And also with this coat, you also get this really cool looking hat. I'm trying to think of what plastic, or this may be Procreate. I'm not sure if he makes them individually or if he's molded it. I have a feeling that he's making these to order. But yeah, man, highly recommend this coat. Well worth the price. And he's here in the United States. Look at that. It's got a little fake pocket right there. And even if you wanted to pose this guy, let's say if I wanted to put an open hand, for those of you that shoot ACBA, this coat will add so much more to your pictures. Let's see if I can set it up in a quick pose of him holding. You can get him set up like this, maybe with a little bit of wax or some blue tack. You can get him doing the streaker pose. But for me, that's how I'm pretty much gonna be posing him with this hat. Do you guys have any questions about this coat while I have you guys in here? It looks like there's 18 of you live right now on a Saturday night. I'll wait to see if you guys have any questions, and then we're gonna move to the tutorial portion of this live session. Let me take the hat off before I put this head back on. Oh, by the way, this is also, you can put it up or you can put it down. I prefer it down. It's packaged really well. When I received it, it came in very well protected. Yeah, man, that's just awesome. It looks so good. And it's something that I don't know if the video is doing it justice because my lights are kind of a weak sauce, but man, I dig it. It's a good look for him. Let me see if I can get the head up. I haven't really messed around too much with thing, so that's about as far as the head will go up. All right. So you can wear it low or you can wear it high. Again, I prefer it low. He looks like a 1920s gangster. Look at that. Cyberman, so it's going to be Harker Customs. Harker Customs on Instagram. HARKER Customs. And if you just go back and rewatch the first few, like maybe a couple minutes, I actually show you on my iPad what his web or his Instagram looks like in the event you need it. For those of you that are coming in late, flasher coat, accessory, and hat available from Harker Customs. 42 shipped in the United States, and you add an extra $5. Man, it just, I mean, I'm kind of speechless. I've had him, and go check out the some of my Instagram photographs. It photographs extremely well. It's a good material. It works perfectly for this for the coat. If you look on, if you look up some of the Marble episodes, flasher coats can be with buttons, without buttons, but it definitely adds to it, man. It looks better than the old Toybus one for sure. It's got posability options. Let me see. Oh yeah, look at that. It's got even wire right there too. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so I just covered that. Let me move him off to the side or to the back, and then let's talk about accessory. So what's a thing without a cigar? Do you guys want to learn how to make a cigar? Because that's what I have planned. I'm going to show you how to make a cigar. It's pretty easy. Pretty darn easy. Let me see if I can get better lighting on here so you guys can see. I'll be talking about that surfer in the future. I know you guys are, and it did turn out, I've had some troubles with that surfer. But here we go, how to make this cigar accessory. And if you guys, those of you that are coming in late, that's what I want. I reviewed that coat. It's a fantastic coat. Just rewind, maybe we'll get to it in a little bit. This is just gonna take a few minutes on how to make that cigar, and let's get to it. So the first thing you're gonna need is you're gonna need some putty. You can either use Aves epoxy, or you can use, oh, my dogs are going nuts on the back here. Or you can do Procreate. And I was using Procreate. I had some Procreate out because I made some of these emblems. We'll talk about those on another day. But anyways, I had excess from the emblems. I'm like, oh, let me see if I can make a cigar. Never made one before. So all I did, I just started rolling it out for the shape. And it's, you know, you're literally just rolling it out. I made a bunch of different shapes to see which one would work better. Because, you know, so different types of cigars come in different shapes. And when I was rolling it out, then what I did was I flattened it at the end as I was rolling it out. See how that end's flat? And then this end, I tried to do something a little bit different. It's gonna be hard to see because it's black on the camera. You see there, it almost looks like the cigar part has been burned away. And that was just one flat piece that I rolled it together like pizza dough. I just rolled it up. That's what that is. These are just, I'm just rubbing normal, and then I'm doing this tapping at the end. Now, Procreate, I mixed like a 60-40, so this is actually pretty flexible. And then I just shot it a little bit with some primer, some black primer. That's the Procreate underneath. It's gray. And here's what you're gonna need. Get yourself some blue tape, blue painter's tape. And that's what's gonna give the tobacco leaf look. What's up, Robert? Thanks, Sierra, I appreciate that. All right, so all I did was I just started ripping one long strip like this. The thinner, the better, because these cigars are small. Now, when I was initially doing it, I did do a couple test fitting because I wanted to see what size the cigar was going to be. Okay. So once you roll it out, give it a test fit before the putty cures all the way. So now I did this a couple hours ago, actually, like I want to say like 3 hours ago. So it's had enough time to harden, and that way it can get painted on. So what you want to do, and we'll start with this. Let's start with a fatty. Let's get a good fatty in. Start at the end, and just start wrapping around. Now give yourself a little bit of a lip. That's where it's going to be inserted into the mouth. And then all you're going to do is just start wrapping it around like this. Let me show you the picture that I saw that I go, I think this would be a good idea. So as soon as I get this going around, and I'm kind of angling it, that way it's going to give it that rolled look. So it's like ring. So those of you that play sports, played baseball, and you've had to wrap the handle of your bat before, like I have, this is going to be easy. Or you play tennis and you've had to wrap your racket handle. ¿Qué pasó, Rafael? ¿Qué pasó, Southtown? So eventually you're going to see how that's going to give it the leaf look. Let me pull up the picture real quick. And what I did was I looked up, oops, maybe I didn't look it up on here. Stand by. I did Thing Marvel cigar. I went to images, and there's going to be quite a few of him smoking, but there was one. Let me see if I can find it. Right there. So you see, it looks like the tobacco leaf, and I just thought, oh, maybe the blue tape. And then the smoke is going to be, it's called, what is this thing called? It's called it's like premium polyester. This is what I'm using. I got this actually, it's called Polyfill. I got it at Walmart a long time ago for I'm prepping for a Mysterio that I was gonna adjust. But anyway, getting back here, you see how it's thicker on this end because that's where the tobacco leaf is, and it's burning away. So I'm gonna try to show you how to paint that. I got kind of close on mine, not exactly. But it's an idea. And yeah, that's it. So we'll talk about how to get to that brown. I left mine a little bit darker. And that looks awesome, doesn't it? Let me get back here so I can see your comments. No comments. Let's continue. So again, you want to just get a little strip of blue tape and just start tearing with your fingers. And this gives it a more natural look if instead of just using your X-Acto and cutting a straight line down. I prefer the look because tobacco leaves are different. And this is going to get covered up by the paint anyway. So these lines won't be that big a deal. Again, this is a super easy custom. The level is easy. You just have to have the materials. What's up, Scoo? I can't believe there's 25 people up in here right now. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop with this blue one right here, this last strip. And I want to make sure I'm leaving enough at the end because that's going to be the burning piece where I'm going to attach the poly fiber to. Having these big mitts and then working with this little prop is not too easy, but the skill level necessary for this is fairly easy. Okay. No glue necessary. So that's the basic idea. So here's what I'm going to use. No special paint here. So I started with dark brown and then I worked my way up to light brown. And initially I thought, oh man, I got to put white, but adding white to brown does not make it lighter. It makes it like a completely different color. So you actually want to use yellow to brown. And again, I wish I would have paid attention in art, or I would have taken art in high school or college. So if you guys are into this and you're still taking school, because I am never going to go to school again, take an art class and learn the color wheel, for crying out loud. So I'm going to start by painting it brown, and this is nothing special. I'm using mahogany. Let's do it over here. You just need a tiny little bit of paint on your brush. I'm taking it off a little bit, and I'm just going to cover that blue. Probably shouldn't have taken it off. So this is going to be my base color. Don't put too much paint on your brush. I make this mistake occasionally, that I just add too much paint and it makes things harder to work with. It takes longer to dry and it looks more sloppy. In this case, this is going to be the base color. That's not that big a deal. You do want the paint to cover, but you don't want it dripping off your work area. And actually, the way that this is looking already, it almost looked like it's burnt. You see that with that gray underneath and just a little bit of black on the side? So I may not even, yeah, I think I'll still paint it with the the gray that I have. Oh, player. Whose idea was it? Scott? Was it Scott? Yeah, check it out, bro. I already have this ready. That's what I did on the other one. We'll get to that in a second. See? Thinking alike. You guys been watching me for a while. You're in my head. Let me see what you guys are saying over here. Southtown. Hey, I've never smoked marijuana. How about them apples? Ever. All right, so I think I got enough paint, at least for the base. Now I'm trying to cover all the blue. And I think what I'm gonna do is, on those gray areas, instead of painting the whole front gray, I'm gonna just touch where it's already gray to give it a primer coat. And this is a Citadel paint called Lead Belcher. People use it for miniatures. I'm not even cleaning my brush in between. Because this isn't like painting a figure that I need to be perfection on. Oh, you guys are seeing that Silver Surfer. Thank you. I've had so much trouble in painting that thing. It was a test, and I've learned a lot. The paint that I've used, I'm not sure if it's necessarily acrylic because it takes forever to dry. Okay, so look at that. It's already shaping up to be a nice looking cigar there. You guys see that? I'm having trouble seeing it through my phone, but I trust that you're seeing that. Let me clean off my brush just a little bit for the next step. So I'm going to let that dry. And then what I'm going to do is something that I've seen somebody else do to paint flesh, and this is a technique I'm probably going to use in the future when I paint flesh. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of paint on the tip, and I'm just going to flick the brush like this. And what it's going to do, it's just going to spot. Little paint at the end. And I'm just going to take my finger and rub it along the brush. Need a little bit more. And you see, it's giving it, well, it's kind of hard to see actually. At the end, that burned tip. There you go. You guys probably can't see it. That bullseye head had trouble taking the paint, and so I had trouble matching it. It's just water. I'm gonna clean off my finger a little bit. Just so I don't transfer. You know, I was thinking about just gluing this in. And by the way, if you guys are just jumping in late, that's what I'm trying to make. I'm making that a cigar. and I just have it attached with a little bit of blue tack. But I mean, I wouldn't care gluing it to that head. But I guess I can make it custom, you know, you can change out the cigars. All right, so now what I want to do is I'm going to lighten it up. So I still have some of this mahogany, which is a nice brown. And I'm going to add a little bit of yellow, like a dot from this bottle, which is also a Vallejo color. It's just a yellow. And you'll see right now, when I start mixing it, it's going to make it light brown. And actually, I'm going to want a little bit more yellow. Let's make this cigar a little bit lighter than the other one. See how that's changing that color? And I'm just going to dry brush that sucker on here. So let me take some of this paint off the brush. Yeah, I need to line it up some more. Let's let that sit. Put a little bit more yellow in, see if I can get this a light brown. Let's do more yellow. Let's go a little bit even lighter than that. All right, that should do it. Yeah. Trying to see if you guys can see this color change. You can see it there. It's a little bit wetter than I wanted it. So we're gonna let that sit. It's gonna dry. This dries really quick because it's a really small area. And yeah, see if you guys have any questions. Spider Sands, what's going on? No questions whatsoever. You guys are just watching me paint. Let me make sure my hands are dry. Let me show you this previous cigar. And what I meant, I just have a little bit of a blue tack at the end of that cigar. I didn't have to drill a hole or anything. But I think I want to go lighter. So I'm building up layers. So I did start, because I wanted to look realistic. And if it's just one color and it covers it completely, it'll look more cartoony than anything. And I know this is kind of tough to see, but in person you can see a variation of color. And actually what I may even do is give this a wash. I may put a black wash on that. He's on Instagram, Harker Customs. Robert, you said you scored two things with trench coats, one complete, one not, off eBay for $8 last week. What did you score? A trench coat for $8? Say what? I want some more yellow on this. You bought, oh, you bought the Marvel Legend thing? I'm just wiping down the brush off camera here. All right, cool. Oh yeah, you know, I actually thought, wow, that's a great price for $8 shipped. If you got that shipped, that's a steal. I almost thought about buying one of those things, the old ones, to custom a super scroll. All right, so let's see how this goes. So I need something in the background so the camera, so the cigar can focus. Apparently just likes my hand. Oh, come on. This is my iPhone. My iPhone's having trouble focusing here. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, crap. Things are falling. What's up, Silver for Golf? All right, well, shoot. I'm trying to, so you guys can see the process. You're just going to have to take my word for it. That's just so I can see, look at that. Yeah, this one actually looks pretty sweet. And give it a little bit more of a burn. There you go. So that's pretty much it. Now the next step, I'm gonna let that cool off a little bit. I think I'm gonna add a quick wash to that. Let me just, where's my, should I do a brown wash or a black wash? I'm gonna do a black wash on it. This is, I got this for the Grievous that I did a while back. Just gonna dirty it up a little bit, that's all it does. And then for the final, and then I'm gonna cut out of here, answer your questions, and then get out of here. Let me see, Dr. Dim. Let me see. Wow, and that's a huge score, man. Because shipping on that must have been pretty darn expensive. All right, so now I'm gonna use some of this polyfiber. Just get a little itty bitty bit. You literally do not need that much. Just about that much. And then you just start, this is what I did last time, I just started rolling it up on my finger. That's gonna be a little bit too much. Take what you don't need out. Again, no real method. Ooh, that was probably a little bit too tight. Now I lost it. I think I want a little bit more than that. So you size it to the shape that you want. I did not make the hat, Momo. Harker Customs did. And before I sign off, I'll show that product one more time. I'm trying to get a shape I like. That may be it right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some glue. I like this Gorilla Glue on the tip. Yeah, I think, you know, I've been saying that since Eric Eisner first got that figure. He was one of the first guys to get it because he ordered from overseas. And I've been saying since then that I think it's going to be the Marvel Legend figure of the year. I'm just attaching it to the very end. And now, of course, it doesn't want to. Come on, girl. Okay, that was a fail. That was a fail. Let's try that again. I glued it to my fingers. You can always cut this down more. Let's try that again. Yeah, maybe took too much glue off of it. Oh, coño. Of course, I'm on camera and it doesn't work. That's too funny. Seriously, when I did this on my own, without being in front of the camera, it worked on the first try. I was like, oh, this is super easy. And now you guys are seeing me struggle. YouTubers curse. All right, we're going to try that one more time, man. Come on. I'm going to try to, see, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So I'm going to try to pick it up with this now. I don't know why it was sticking to me before. Oh, there it goes again. I think I just got glue on my fingers and it's sticking to. Oh, this is unbelievable. It's really easy, guys. I promise. You get the idea, right? Jeez. Just a few. Let me put that cigar down. And I'm gonna take a little bit of blue tack, like a super tiny bit. And I'm gonna put it at the very edge or at the very end. Yeah, there you go. That would have been, I could have done that. Used a toothpick. Matter of fact, I had one right here to use for that, but guess what? I forgot. Let's try this side of the mouth now. Try to get it so you don't see the blue tack. I think it's bigger on this side. I think it's more conducive to this side of the mouth. So for the finale, and we are done. So now that's how you make a cigar, guys. Cigar tutorial. Before I replace the head, just take a look one more time and make sure I don't have any paint on my hands. I hate to get it on this nice coat. This coat and hat were made by Harker Customs. And there it is, man. Really nicely done. Very, very good on the seams. Very detailed. It's just not just a plain coat. There's stitching, obviously. Very little is glued together. He's got the details of the button. This hat does come as part of the set. Yeah, player. All right, pretty darn sick, guys. That's sick. Holy cow. Yeah, Silver for Golf. I think the price is pretty fair for the amount of work. If you want to see how much work it takes to make something like this, go back and watch I did a tutorial on how to make a Jedi robe for Yoda. And Yoda is, it's smaller, the Jedi robe. This is way more detailed than that. It took me quite a while. And I don't have experience sewing. Harker Customs has experience sewing. So most definitely, I think it's worth the price. Look at that, man. That looks awesome. Oh golly, that looks so good. All right, guys. Let me see if you guys have any other questions. Vicente Fernandez or Los Tigres del Norte. You know what? That's not my type of Spanish music. If you would have asked me Gloria Estefan or Celia Cruz, that would be a little bit more like it. For me, I like salsa. If you're talking about a Mexican group, I prefer Maná. That's my favorite one. Rock en español. All right, guys. Since there aren't any other questions, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Let me know in the comments below if you end up making yourself a cigar. If you end up going to Harker, let them know I sent you. Otherwise, let's do this thumb today. Peace.